Who's ready for some world of antiquity? Hi, everybody. Can you hear me all right? I got to get used to this technical stuff. I haven't done a live stream before, so you're going to see all my mistakes. Let me resize myself here. All right, you can hear me? Yeah? Okay. Well, welcome. I'm happy to see all of you, or see all of your messages. Getting used to the interface here. I'm using OBS. I guess that's the common app that people use. Welcome all. Look at all the people. All right. So, we have some people to talk to today. Actually, we only have one person to talk to because I had a cancellation. You're going to hate me now, but it isn't my fault. We are having Kayleigh on. She's coming on quite soon to talk with us from the History with Kayleigh channel. So stay tuned for that. Should be a good conversation. And also, Destiny was supposed to come. He couldn't. Now, he's still going to, but he can't today. His plane flight got canceled. He's flying into Miami. He was flying into Miami today, but now it's going to be tomorrow, his flight. But we're probably not going to have him on the live stream until next week, so I apologize for that. We are going to have him, though. He has committed to it. It's just not going to be today. Sorry about that. But our conversation with Kayleigh should be good. And I'm going to be going away this week because I'm going to be on a TV show. I can't tell you anything about it yet, though. It's all on the down low. But, yeah, it's going to be... I'm going to be a talking head, basically, on a TV show. And I'll tell you which one when they tell me that I could tell you. But the show will be airing in June. I do know that. But I'll tell you what it is and what it's about when the time comes. You should do super chats via Entropy Stream to get less of a cut versus YouTube. Oh, I didn't know that Entropy Stream did that. Well, Maiden, thank you for the suggestion. Hi, Doc. I want to say thank you for making videos that debunk popular ancient myths. It's made me reassess a lot of my ideas. Well, Gadatum, I'm glad to hear that. That's the whole point. The people that I'm actually targeting are the people that are kind of on the fence, you know. The ones that already agree with me, I'm just preaching to the choir. And the ones who are set in their ways and they're not going to change their mind, I'm not doing it for them either. But I am doing it for people who are not sure. They're kind of on the fence. They don't know whether the one side is right or the other side is right. And that's kind of what I make those videos for. Yes, Kenny, fame, fortune, and glory, onwards and upwards to the top. Hopefully. No, Evolver, it's not Ancient Aliens. Not Pawn Stars either. You're all going to be guessing until you get, and then I'm going to say, well, I can't say if it's that one. No, I'm not going to do any more of those. Yes. How do you respond to someone who says Persepolis is a hoax and is a later fabrication? I've never heard that one. Persepolis, the actual city, is a hoax? We've got the remains of the city right there. So, but that's a new one to me. I don't know about that one. Have you decided when the Sphinx was built? Not exactly when the Sphinx was built, but I've got it narrowed down to, between the first and fourth dynasties, somewhere in there. Yeah, I used to be at... Oh, I missed... It went off the screen. Oh, I got a $5... that's my first ever Appalachia run. That's my first ever contribution on a live stream. Good morning. What is your opinion on Randall Carlson? Is there any truth to what he teaches, or is it just modern-day mysticism? Well, I can't comment on everything that he teaches because I don't know everything that he teaches. I did do a video on one of his statements about what would last 10,000 years, and in that I disagree with him. But other things, I do know that some of his pyramid number magic stuff is a little bit iffy, right? But as far as the geology stuff, that I can't comment on because it's not really my field. I will say this, though, that Robert Schneiker, the geologist, has challenged Randall Carlson to a debate on the scablands and all of that. And Randall initially accepted, but now he's been avoiding Robert. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah. Was King David of Israel real? Kevin Kant. We do have an inscription from about 100 years after King David, called the Tel Dan inscription, which mentions him. That's about as close as we're probably ever going to get, but it mentions someone, a king from David's family, suggesting that the family was real. So my inclination is to think that, yes, King David was real. Kayleigh sent you. Hi from Denmark. Well, she's going to be here any minute. She's supposed to log into my Zoom, but and she should have done it already, but she's still not on. So maybe I should send her a message. Or I actually already sent her a message. She said she'll be there in a couple minutes. Okay, no problem. So yeah, let's see. Does it mention the House of David? Yes, that inscription mentions the House of David. Correct, Evolver. First live stream. Awesome. I'm happy I was here for it live. Thank you, Corvette. I'm glad you're here too. Dr. David, why is the great passion of Western archaeologists in studying Egyptian civilization and neglecting the civilization of Iraq, the Levant, and the Arabian Peninsula? Well, I think Egypt gets more than the attention than it really probably deserves, comparatively speaking, too. I agree with you. And I want to do more videos on Iraq, the Levant, and other places, too. So I'm right there with you. Question: how do ancient city walls compare to Egyptian pyramids in terms of material, human hours to construct? Well, I haven't worked it all out, but, the Egyptian pyramids, well, there's all different sizes and shapes pyramids, right? Obviously, the Great Pyramid is the biggest, but then there's a bunch of other ones, too. But I would say it's much easier to build a wall. I guess it depends on how long it is, right? The Great Wall of China, obviously, was a big undertaking, but, generally speaking. Hey, David, what do you think about the theory that proposes Mesopotamian origin for Harappan culture? I haven't heard that theory, but I tend to not... I mean, just off the top of my head, I haven't seen any evidence for something like that. Let's see. Iraq and the Levant is extensively studied, especially the Bronze Age. It is. It's just that you don't hear about it on TV as much. That's for sure. Let's see, what else we got here? The comments are just going. Would you consider producing 3D scanned images of these edifices, like the pyramids and the temples around them, so people don't have to go to Egypt to enjoy and research them? Yeah, I'd consider it. I do need money, but in the future, that's definitely a possibility. Was Proto-Dravidian the language of the Indus Valley civilization? Nobody knows for sure, and until we decipher those inscriptions, we cannot know. It is a possibility. That's all we can say. The Egyptians probably kept more linear, not perfect timeline of their history than the Mesopotamians. I'm not so sure that's true. It all depends on what survives, right? And, yes, there are king lists that we get from Egypt, but the Sumerian king list is a very linear document. So I'm not so sure that's true. Hello, Dr. Miano. I really appreciate your videos and find them very helpful, informative. Quick question. What are your degrees and credentials? I have a PhD in ancient history that I got from the University of California, San Diego. Yes. Let me see if Kayleigh has got on Zoom yet. No, she has not. I read an article proposing a substrate Indo-European influence on Mesopotamian. Thoughts? I haven't seen the article, so I can't really comment on it, but Valentina, if you want to send me a link to it, I will look at it. Yes, I can't obviously do all your comments because they're going by so fast. Oh, Kayleigh says she's here in the chat. Kayleigh, are you going to go on Zoom? We want to all see your face on here. Doctor, future archaeologists will find a layer of face masks. What will they think? I'm hoping that we will keep records well enough that they won't have to guess too much. Yeah. You missed a super chat from C-Truth. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, sorry, it went by. Who asked, what is the most fringe thing you think might be true? the most fringe thing I think might be true. Well, there's so many things, but if it's on the fringe, there's a reason for it, you know? So, like, I do there are alternative theories that scholars come up with that are more on the realistic side that I think, you know, could be true. I think I did this in a Q&A as well, but as far as things on the fringe, I'm not so sure. The reason that they're on the fringe is because the evidence for them is sorely lacking, and that's the problem. Oh, Chris, there it is. Chris H, $5. Is this the same Chris H? A different one. What's your take on the idea that Jesus of Nazareth was actually King Tut? It is a hilarious theory I found ages ago. I never heard that one. But they didn't live anywhere in there at the same time, so I don't see how that could possibly be. Dr. Miano, do you have any published work? I've checked your ResearchGate, but couldn't find any. I do. If you go to my website, I have at davidmiano.net, I have a section on my works. Also, if you go to Amazon and you look up my name, books and stuff that I have are on there as well. So you can check them out. I do have a number of readers that I've made for school, which has selections of readings from ancient times. I have my dissertation, which was turned into a book on time measurement in ancient Israel. I have my book to the public, which is How to Know Stuff. Those are some samples. Hi from San Diego. Doctor, what are your thoughts on the Ceruti Mastodon site? It's prehistoric as far as I know, right? It's not something I know much about, unfortunately. David, can you recommend a book about the Bronze Age collapse? Yeah, I actually did a book review of a book on the Bronze Age collapse. It's probably the most well-known book on the Bronze Age collapse. And the title is escaping me now. What was it called again? I have it here somewhere. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. But there is look under my book reviews. I did do a book review on that. All right. Boy, it's going by so fast. Kayleigh, are you going to get on? Love to hear from you. Nick, speaking of Jesus, historical Jesus, a real person? From what I've been able to tell, yes. I think so. People have been asking me to do a video on this, and I probably will at some point. But it seems to me probably. If you saw my video on the Buddha, was the Buddha a historical person? A lot of the same arguments apply. If you check that one out, some of the same reasoning that you see in that video, I would also apply to Jesus. Oh, I'm waiting to be let into the Zoom. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, there she is. Okay. Sorry about that, Kayleigh. Oh, man. Okay, she's joining the Zoom right now. So let me see if I can get her on here. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get her image on here.
Yeah.
How are you, Kayleigh?
I should be audible.
Can people hear her? Why is your video not showing up on my screen here? It should. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to let everyone else see it. So we're going to do this, and then I'm going to crop. Oops, not that one. We want to crop this one.
But I'm not hearing you.
Oh, you're not hearing me?
No.
Oh, you're on Zoom. Let me see if I'm muted on Zoom. I'm not muted. Are you hearing me on?
See.
Well, you could play me on the live stream, although we might be delayed, huh?
I'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Let's see. More. Yeah, you don't have a mic.
Well, I have a mic right here.
Yeah, I hear you on like my phone.
But not on the Zoom, huh? Interesting. Can everyone see Kayleigh? Can everyone hear Kayleigh?
I'm gonna switch device for my audio.
Okay.
1 sec.
Sounds good. It's probably because Zoom is choosing a different audio device. Maybe, yeah.
I think so.
Pete, yes, I probably should have done a trial run, but I've been answering chat and everything. It hasn't been that boring, has it? I hope not. I actually did a trial run, but not with Kayleigh. Yeah, so. So Kayleigh, you can hear me now? Yes, no?
Look, I should be able to hear you now.
Okay. Everyone else can hear you and me, so I think we're good to
Yes,
go. Okay.
finally figured
Well,
it
thank you.
out.
What time is it over there?
It's almost 8 p.m. So it's
Okay.
not too bad. It's quite early.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if people don't know, Kayleigh is from the History with Kayleigh channel. She does ancient
Yes,
history.
that's me.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
do.
so we've been acquainted before, and Kayleigh is super nice, and she's got great videos on ancient history subjects.
Thank
So if
you.
you haven't subscribed to her channel yet, I think you should. Right now. Uh,
Right now. Ooh.
so Kayleigh, I noticed that lately you've been delving into prehistory,
Yeah,
talking about
a
early humans
little
and
bit
things
older.
like that. What made you
Yeah.
decide you wanted to do that?
Well, I made that like sort of fun theory video about the Neanderthals and farming. Of course, they didn't, but I mean, it was fun to look at. Um, I looked at it in a form of like a rudimentary form of agriculture, and people really liked that video. And then I decided to create a video on Neanderthal intelligence, and people really liked that video. And I was like, okay, apparently people want to know more about human evolution. So I made a live stream and told the people that I was going to shift my content for a while. And now it's April and I'm still doing
You're
it.
still doing it because it's working well. Well,
Yeah,
Mr.
there's
Monster,
like so
thank you
much to talk
for your
about.
super chat of $5. Is it possible that the pyramid blocks were made with a type of concrete? Unlikely, in my opinion, because we simply have all the evidence from the quarry and the blocks being made there. So the evidence for quarrying blocks is just it's just all over the place. So that's why
Yeah,
I don't think, not that they couldn't have made concrete, I just don't think that they did.
yeah,
Do you have an
I
opinion on
agree
that,
with that.
Kayleigh? Yeah.
I completely agree with that. There's so much evidence that they did indeed quarry the stones. So yeah.
Hey, what is your most popular video?
Ooh, that's the ancient air conditioning video
The
still.
ancient air conditioning video.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
still. That was the one that went viral in August. It's
It got your
at
channel really moving, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It made me grow 27,000 subscribers in a month. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, you passed
That
me.
was
During
insane.
that time, you passed right by me. So,
Yeah, I know. I passed right by a couple people and I was very stunned. For me, although, like looking back, it's a bit of a hard time for me, the going viral, because at the same time, when I started to go viral, my grandma got into the hospital,
oh.
and the day after I stopped going viral, my grandma died.
Oh,
So
man,
for
that must
me,
have been
it's
hard
like,
to be happy about everything then.
yeah, but she did notice me going viral, and for like 2 weeks, she was sending me messages how proud she was, and I'm just, remembering that.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah,
So it's like one of
it's
the last things that she talked to you about, huh?
yeah, she saw me do well, and she saw me grow in this field, and she was proud, and that's all I needed actually.
Hey, here's
So
a
yeah.
question for both you and me, Kayleigh. I'm
Mm.
making it for both you and me.
Oh.
If you had a time place machine, when, where would you go? Provided it's a 3 day long return trip.
Ooh,
Knowing me, I'd probably want to go somewhere where I can prove somebody right or wrong. Like,
that does
all right,
sound like
take me
you.
to Khufu. I want to see the pyramid being made, or something like that. So I could say, see, Uncharted X, you're wrong.
I think, honestly, I think I want to go to Ireland, and then preferably probably the West Coast in the county of Sligo.
Mm-hmm.
where you have the Carrowmore megalithic cemetery, and there's a dolmen there that has three contested dates, and the eventual accepted date is 4600 BCE, but the oldest contested date is like 6200 BCE.
Oh, wow.
So I want to sort of go there and see, was it built in 6200 BCE? Because that makes it 8,000 years old, and that would like fill in
Oh,
the
yeah.
gap between Göbekli Tepe and the other
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, Neil
structures. So
Morrison just gave a super chat. Thank you, Neil. And kind of along those lines, he's asking about Orkney, the site, Neolithic site at Orkney, predating Stonehenge. What
yeah,
do we think
the
about that?
stones of Stonehenge. Yeah, the stones of Stonehenge are older. It's the oldest henge monument in the entire British Isles. And you have Skara Brae, which is equally as old as Stonehenge, like one of the phases of Stonehenge at least. You have the Ring of Brodgar, you have Maze Howe. There's so much on Orkney, actually. I still have a lot to cover.
TSCTH asks, what do you think of the hypothesis that the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were actually Sennacherib's gardens at Nineveh?
That's Henrik, my Danish friend. Hi, Henrik.
Oh, yes. Well, my thinking is it's it's certainly a possibility. No one's ever found the Hanging Gardens. Maybe
Yeah.
Herodotus got it wrong. Maybe it was the Assyrians. Um, there's still no evidence either way. We haven't found any Hanging Gardens of Babylon. There is mention, I think, of Sennacherib's gardens, but they haven't been found either. So it's a decent idea. Could be.
Yeah. I mean, all I know, like, know about, like, that part is, like, the walls of Nineveh, and that part of them were being, like, torn down in the
Mm-hmm.
past couple of years, and that made me pissy.
Maiden DE wants to know what country you're from, Kayleigh.
The Netherlands, Holland. Yeah.
Yes, the lands that are in the nether regions. Yes.
Yes, with the clogs and the windmills and, the weed and
Do
what
you
else do we
wear those
have?
clogs with the points?
Oh, I mean, I'm 30 and I've never worn clogs, so I'm not sure if that's a bad thing
Have
or
you
a
ever
good
put your
thing.
finger in a dike? You know that
No,
story about the
I probably, yeah, I know the
the little
story.
boy.
Heineken even made like this amazing commercial. I think it was last year or the year prior, where a man is like riding his bike and then he sees water coming out of the dike and then he empties his bottle of Heineken and he pushes that in the dike and,
Oh,
drinks
yes.
another.
Oh,
Loved
Sobek
it.
is as $5 super chat. Thank you, Sobek. Who would you rather be stuck in a van with for 72 hours, Attila the Hun or Ashur Banipal? Both of these guys had absolutely no chill. I think I'd rather be with Attila.
I think I'd rather die because I'm a woman.
Oh yeah, they would. Yeah, yeah, you'd be in trouble for sure.
I think I would just end myself up front. No, no option. Oh,
Oh,
wonderful.
look at someone says here. Great first stream. Kayleigh is a wonderful person, and hearts and a thumbs up. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Mew Mew.
Someone's asking about what's the first known use of marijuana as a psychoactive drug. I actually don't know the answer to that question. Sorry to say.
It goes as far back as from what I know without researching this, but from what I've gathered, is around the Neolithic times, probably as far back, like really far back,
You ever think
because they
about when
have.
the first people to try stuff? They have to really,
Yeah, yeah.
like, can I
I
eat
shared
this?
this.
Or, and
I
then just like,
shared this
well, no one's ever
meme.
tried it before. I'm thinking about people who ate like an oyster or something and it looks disgusting. And you're like, well, it must have been somebody who was starving. And they're like, I gotta eat something, And then
I
they just try it
shared
and they're like,
this meme a
it's
while back
delicious.
on Twitter. It was about, I'm gonna try and see if I can find it so that I can read it out loud. But it was along the lines of, yeah, people trying things for the first time, and then you see this Neanderthal with a notepad to see if he's gonna die or not.
Yes. Like, you never say, like, well, you can't eat those mushrooms. Those are poisonous. Well, how do you know? Somebody died. Right? Somebody
Somebody
died.
died, he didn't wake up.
Right. Yeah. Some people were asking earlier. They're like, wait a minute, isn't Kayleigh associated with all those alternative researchers? You know, does she believe in all that stuff? A lost high advanced civilization called Atlantis and all of that? What is your opinion on that, Kayleigh?
I mean, like with something like Atlantis, I grew up with the stories about it. So yes, of course, it lives in my mind, but I personally haven't seen any evidence pointing towards it ever existing. Same along the lines with the ancient advanced civilizations. I've been a bit open about it in some of my videos, but I don't believe at this point in time in an advanced civilization in the past that predates all the civilizations that we know, because I have not seen any conclusive evidence pointing to it. And you can say, yeah, but look at these structures and how were they built? Just because you don't know how to build something doesn't mean that it was done by aliens or an ancient advanced civilization. I don't know how to make a phone, but I use it. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that it's built by aliens or an advanced civilization.
Oh,
We
come
are
on.
an
You can't
advanced
possibly think
civilization, but
that
you know,
modern humans made that phone. I mean, come on. I can't figure it
ET
out.
made it. No, but like
Pablo, thank
without
you for the super
conclusive
chat. And
evidence.
yes, the book is 1177. That's the one that I was thinking of that people were asking about before. 1177. And Mr. Monster, is this your second super chat? How much evidence do we have for Scythian hotboxes being a real thing? I don't know the answer to that one. Have they been found? Do you know anything about Scythian hotboxes? I
I
don't
don't know
either.
much about the Scythians
You
yet.
know what? I really need to brush up. Sorry about that, Mr. Monster. Thoughts on academia and popular history communicators on YouTube and other social media. How could both mix better, in your opinion? Um, yeah, so basically, I think you're talking about like why isn't there more collaboration between the academics and people who are just kind of hobbyists? Is that what you're
I
kind of
think
asking?
that's a pretty straightforward answer, actually.
What would you
I
say?
know the academics that I know, they have no time.
That's true.
They have like zero time. I've interviewed Professor Per Alberg from the Uppsala University twice on my channel. We were planning to do another interview on like the how footprints fossilize. We would do a video with an interview in it, and we would do that like end of February, and it's now April. So I mean, there's just they don't have time. They're way too busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How much time
Oh,
goes
Glenn,
into like,
would you ban Gary Whale Stan,
oh
please?
yeah, wow, a lot of monkeys. But yeah, no, I mean, the spare time that they do have is slim to none. And on top of that, how much work goes into
And British B, would you
studying a
also please
PhD?
delete British B?
Yeah, yeah, people have no chill.
People like to
Let's
come
keep
on
it
and
at that.
troll and cause
Oh yeah, we have
problems.
more of them. Yeah,
Oh, look, there's
just as
another
long as
one. It must be the
yeah,
same
yeah, yeah, yeah,
person with a bunch of different accounts. I
yeah.
don't know, Bluesky, why people do that. It's just silliness. It's
Oh,
probably 12, 13 year olds having fun, they
yeah,
think.
probably. If you
Yeah.
have, I mean, if Henrik is around, he's one of my most amazing moderators. Absolutely, he's always there, so you can otherwise he can help out as well.
Glenn, you
So,
have your hands
what does
full. There's
Kayleigh
like
know
so many
about
different accounts
Woodhenge?
trying to do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I see a question to me. Pluto planet. What does Kayleigh know about Woodhenge? Woodhenge is located near Durrington Walls on the Salisbury Plain, near Stonehenge. From what I know, I mentioned this in my video, but that's like 2 years ago now. Wow, time goes fast. I know that it's old and that they tried to reconstruct it, but they did it with like these low poles and it looks weird and I don't like it. And I think that they need to recreate it. Like,
Thanks for your offer, Maiden. I got someone on it. You want me? I wonder if I can put this on slow mode now
yeah, and
after the stream
otherwise
has started.
TSCTH is around, I can see. So otherwise he can help out as well. He's really fast. He's usually like before I can even click on something, he's already done it. So it's like, wow. Wow. But yeah,
Yeah.
they have no chill. It also has to do with the fact that, yeah, I talk about human evolution and monkeys and stuff. Yes, Matthias Farland, my parents did indeed like Marillion, and I'm indeed named after the song Kayleigh.
I'm trying to
They
figure
were
out where I
very
can put it
original.
in slow mode.
I don't know
Uh,
what, where.
let's see.
Oh man,
Man, there's
they
just
have
so
so
many of
many,
them. It's got to be the
just
same
so many
person, right?
alternative accounts. Wow.
This is not what I expected on my first live stream.
No, 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 no.
Ah, childishness. Okay, so let me see if I can figure out. Maybe it's under. I'll go to settings. Let's see if that works here. I think it would be my YouTube settings, not my OBS settings.
Yeah, yeah, I think in your YouTube settings at the live. Yeah.
Well, I got stream settings here, but there's nothing about the delay. Where?
I can see that Glenn is like struggling. He says, Jeepers, I'm trying. So if you do, you can click on TSCTH and he becomes a moderator and he can help out straight away. So then you have like two people.
Oh, I can click on people in the chat and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
automatically.
And then make them a
Maiden
moderator. So
also
use
was. So who do you want me to click on?
TSCTH. So Henrik, if you can talk, that would be most welcome so that he can find you easily. Because I know he's around.
Uh,
He spoke like a minute
oh
ago,
yes,
but
your friend from Denmark.
yes, TSCTH is his name. He has like a bald guy as
Okay.
a
All right, I just
bald
added
cartoonish
him
guy.
and
Yeah,
also
yeah, me.
Maiden
Yes,
DE. I
perfect.
added you as a moderator as well. I
Perfect.
did make it subscribers only, so Beck, I don't. That's what I don't get. There's they like. I guess I got a bunch of subscriptions just so they could do this. It's very
I
weird.
think so. Yeah, it's weird.
It
Okay.
is subs only,
But
please. I also already have it as subs only. It's subs only. So that's just very strange. It's almost like it's automated.
yeah, it does. It feels like someone turned on a bot and it's just messing around.
Yeah, it's hard to find everyone's comments in between them.
Yeah, exactly. Um, whew.
Pluto
Yeah,
planet,
go
you want to
ahead.
be moderator too? I can't even click on your name because of all these things going by.
So, okay.
Yeah, how could that person type so fast, right?
No, they don't. It's a bot. It's just nah. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just scroll up a bit, see if I can find a fun question that we missed. Hmm. Plus that I can, get rid of the other ones that weren't done yet.
I keep trying to
Oh,
click on you, Pluto, but it keeps flying by, so having a little trouble there. Okay, this is annoying. All right, well, anyway, maybe we can. Oh, wow. I don't know
but
how
like
to.
every one of them is only doing like five or six of them, and then it's another account, and then it's again like five or six of them, and then it's another account. So it's definitely a bot. Only bots work like this. So
Why someone would spend all their time programming a bot to do that, I
yeah,
do not know.
yeah, but we can just ignore chat for now.
Okay.
It's probably best.
Sorry, Pluto, it's not letting me do it. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, all right, let's just continue on. Sorry. Uh,
It's part of it, unfortunately. Yeah.
yes. Okay. Well, anyway, Kayleigh. So, uh, why do people think that you might be sympathetic to the alternative history crowd?
I mean, I like the people are nice. So my interactions with them have been friendly. I've become friends with Johanna James, and even though she and I does have different beliefs, and we both know that from each other, we still respect each other in this field. And I mean, in real life, we had a lot of fun, and she's even taking me as her plus one to an amazing tour in Egypt. I'm gonna see her again in like a week or two because I'm going to England soon. But yeah, I mean, the people are friendly and I like them, but I don't necessarily agree with their beliefs. But I feel like that shouldn't be a reason not to like someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm on a different page than someone, like I can agree to disagree with someone. I don't have to agree with everyone I interact with. I just come from a background with a sister who's a paleontologist, so I know how the world of academia works. I know how much work goes into a simple study. For most people, they think it's a simple study, but behind the scenes, it was like a 2 to maybe 10-year long study that you don't know about upfront. Um, I have so much respect for the people who spend their lives trying to learn more about the past. So, yeah, for me, the real history is more than enough. And yeah, I watched Ancient Aliens when I was younger. I just, you know, after the 10th episode, I was like, yeah, nah, it's not my thing.
Which alternative history theory do you wish were true? Is the question I got in chat.
Ooh. I mean, honestly, I would indeed wish that there was an ancient
Yeah,
civilization
me
that
too.
predates everything and that was amazing and did things and
Well,
left remnants
it's
for
like
us
finding
to
a new
uncover.
planet or something. You know, it's
It's
like
like
yeah.
I grew up with a dad loving sci-fi, and one of the very first sci-fi movies, and I was way too young at this point, but I mean, I watched it. That was Stargate, and that imprinted something like in my brain. And it's my favorite sci-fi movie, like Stargate from 1994. I think I was 7 when I watched it, so that would have been me watching it in 98. Yeah, I mean, I wish something like that was real and we could just, go through a Stargate and go to other planets. That would be dope, but I don't believe it's true. I just wish it was true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the original Stargate movie is, I think, the best.
oh, the one with
Sorry.
James Spader. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, before like even the TV show, because that came afterwards, because they just knew we can make bank. They were
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of Stargate fans in the chat.
Sci-fi always does well.
It seems to me like um, it's that's the thing about the ancient alternative ancient history researchers. They're going by kind of what they hope, what they
Yeah.
desire more than
Um,
anything else, right?
it's the same thing when a non-scholar is coming up with a hypothesis, and then because they have a theory or a hypothesis, they will do everything to make it seem more possible. And I understand that they do that. The problem is that in the world of academia and in like real science, when you have a hypothesis, you do everything to discredit your theory or hypothesis
Yeah,
because
you have
that
to
in
right.
turn
Yeah, you
shows
have to
that it's
falsify it.
true
Yeah,
or not.
yeah,
Yeah. And then you have peer reviews, and then your peers will try to discredit your theory. And if it then it still upholds, then you can present it and it gets published in a paper. Like my sister's master thesis was in 2017. And then she had to defend her master thesis in 2018. Then Nature got interested, wanted it to be published. That took at least another 2 years before they were finally in the talks. So in 2020,
yeah.
they started talking a little bit. In 2021, April, like a year ago, Nature was like, we want to publish, go create it.
We got
And it got
a
published
super
in
chat here from Subtle Salmon. He's giving you a hard time. Kayleigh, why do you retweet posts from Uncharted X?
because he's a nice guy, and when he does some work, I share it. It's
Yeah, if
not,
right, yeah,
I
if the
don't
post
have to
itself is
believe
not
it to share
objectionable,
it.
then
Um,
if it's
but even then, like I don't have to agree with it, with the work. I can still support someone and support their efforts. I mean, I work hard, and if someone retweets me, I feel good about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it from that perspective.
Kayleigh's not
Yeah.
as see. We have two different styles. I'm very confrontational, and I'm like I make
Yeah.
videos against what other people say, and she
I
doesn't.
I'm
But even though we have
not
similar opinions,
confrontational in any aspect of my life. I hate conflict. I want to be friends with everybody. That can be a little bit of an issue sometimes, but you know. No, but like I understand how much work goes into creating one video. So I have respect for the fact that time and energy is being put in the creation of a video, and I don't have to agree with the outcome or the subject or anything. I can still support and respect it. That's
Emily,
how I
sit
see it.
still. Your mother says you have to sit still, Emily. I had a chat request to say that.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Uh,
someone wants us to host a podcast together.
oh, I mean,
Uh,
I don't mind.
it's a great idea. I can't even keep up with my videos, but
Same. I need to make 5 videos before Saturday.
five.
Yeah, at
Are
least
they all
filmed
written?
5 of them. I'm working on number one, the script.
Mr. Warlight says, fun fact, the submerged continent of Lemuria is an alternative history theory that is discovered and now proven to be real. I don't think so.
No, I
I,
mean, no, no,
I,
no.
I would, show me the evidence, but I haven't seen any.
I know they did discover like sort of, um, it was like New Zealand's Doggerland. That I know they discovered. Like off the coast of New Zealand, there was a landmass, and when the water levels were lower, that was above water level. So there was a landmass there. But it's not like a Lemuria or no,
Mm-hmm.
it's like Doggerland.
BD Inkify is asking, any plans to address the Tartarian alt history theory? I think it's pretty. Yeah, I think I will at some point. There's not. I haven't seen any YouTube videos yet that really have gotten a lot of traction. That's kind of what I like to. I don't like to punch down, so I don't like to do videos from people who have smaller channels. So if one blows up, I'd be happy to do a video on Tartaria. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm scared actually of you because now I'm bigger than you. So
So
you could
now
one day
when
come for
Kayleigh
me.
says something I disagree with, I can do a video on her. No.
Damn, and you're confrontational. Damn, what did I sign myself up for?
No. I only, we're talking about pseudo history and
Yeah,
pseudoscience and
no.
all of that.
I mean,
You don't do that.
I created a video about like the Antarctic pyramid and like the pyramid in the Amazon rainforest that's just a volcano. Uh, I mean, I did some, yeah, discrediting
Oh,
pseudo
my
stuff
audio's
as
too
well.
low? Matthias is saying that my audio is too low. Is that true? Should I turn myself up, everybody? It might just be
I
your
mean,
audio.
for me, you're good.
Should I turn myself up, everybody? No one's saying.
I think you're good. So,
One person says, what? I'll turn up a little bit.
yeah,
Uh,
I have to turn you down low.
Kevin Kant, thank you for your super chat. We're the Yamnaya, the greatest warriors. I don't really think there are any greatest warriors. And every society has, better fighters and worse fighters.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were some terrible Yamnaya warriors and some excellent ones. And,
Yeah.
as far as a whole, I know people like saying, well, the Romans had the greatest army of ever, but
Yeah, no.
eh, it's
Eh.
I don't really. It's not something I'm that interested in figuring out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, Sarthak Bhargava, sir, please make a video about origin of Indus Valley civilization. Did a video on Indus Valley civilization, didn't you, Kayleigh? Or no? Maybe I'm
Did I?
mixing up. Maybe I
I
didn't.
don't think I did. I spoke about, yeah, like more the Mesopotamia region,
Okay. All right.
Sumer and stuff.
Yes, I hope to do one soon. Yeah, the Indus Valley civilization is a fantastic civilization.
Yeah.
Chris H, $5. Thank you. Fun fact: Attila's name, very possibly in Eastern Germanic languages, meant little father. I propose all textbooks have Little Daddy the Hun instead.
That name. I do love it. Fun fact about like me and my family, just now that we're talking about like Germanic stuff, I come from the line of the Turingi tribe, the
Oh,
Germanic
yeah.
tribe,
Mm-hmm.
and they were descendants of the Hermanduri tribe. And the Hermanduri people actually defeated the Huns.
Can you
So I
wield a
come from a
sword,
line of
Kayleigh?
warriors.
Do you have a sword in your closet?
No, no, I'm actually having a friend in the United States make me a bronze ritualistic sword that was found. He's recreating a sword that was found in the Netherlands, the sword of Ommerschans and Jutvaas. They're two swords, but he's making me the bigger one, and it's like
Oh.
yay big, and it's bronze. So he's casting it, but he's having some difficulties with it because
Paths
it's not
Unwritten,
easy
thank
to
you for the
make.
$5. Thanks for the stream, guys. Glad to be listening. Are either of you familiar with the... Oh, oops, I just lost it. Let's go back
The
up.
off-island trade relations of pre-Mycenaean settlements on Cyprus. That was the rest of it.
Off-island trade relations. I'm not... I'm not real up on Cyprus of the settlements there. Pre-Mycenaean, so that's very early, right?
Yeah.
Off-island trade relations with whom? With the other parts of the Mediterranean? I don't know. I'm sorry. That's something I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm not too well versed about the civilizations of the Mediterranean. My work usually goes back from like Neolithic to very, very early Stone Age. That's usually where I keep. And then ancient Egypt because everyone loves Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
including me.
Do you believe the Indus Valley civilization was communist in the classical sense? Certainly not in the modern sense. It's anachronistic. But I don't know if there's enough information about that. We know very little about the political and economic structure of the Indus Valley civilization. Just little tiny clues, you know. But
Yeah.
when you look at things like the sizes of the residences and all that, they're not. There's not a huge difference between. There's not like oh, this is a big person's. I'm sorry, a big person, a wealthy person's big house, and this is a poor
Yeah.
person's little house. When you have them closer to the same size, it suggests that perhaps there's more equality there economically, but it's we
Yeah.
don't really know that much.
I
Uh,
saw that someone is Tarara666 asks me in Dutch if I speak fluent Dutch. So I just want to quickly say back in Dutch. Ja, ik spreek vloeiend Nederlands. So yes, I do speak fluently Dutch.
ah, Froggy Style, thank you for the £10. Good, or is that euros? Sorry, euros, €10. Or yeah, I don't know my signs that well. Good to see you both doing well. Have you any particular thoughts on Skara Am I pronouncing
Yeah,
it?
I do. I do. I know that Skara Brae used to be more inland because now it's like at the coast, but used to be a lot more inland. Um, it was settled for only a few hundred years by most likely one or two families, like very small. Um, they had the first sort of like yeah, how do you say it? A sewage system.
Yeah,
I
it says
don't
he
think,
says it's pretty free of weapons of war. Could
yeah,
this be due to relative isolation or
yeah,
something else?
I think so. Yeah, I think this was people living there, secluding themselves from the rest of the world, and eventually abandoning it because you can't keep secluding yourself from the rest of the world for a few hundred years. Inbreeding and incest and all that stuff. Not good for the genes.
Check out the channel Not Just Bikes. It makes you want to live in Holland.
We have more bikes in my country than we have people. No joke.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
no joke. I think we have like 20 3 million bikes from the top of my head, and we have 17 million people in the entire country. And it's a small country, so we're all packed. And we're the land of giants, so that we're all very tall and then packed up onto each other. It's fun.
Do you mind asking how tall you are, Kayleigh?
I am 5'9".
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is average for a woman in my country.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And in the north, where I live, it's actually even slightly below average.
Mm-hmm. Claudia says, any thoughts on the 6.5 meter sarissa being wielded by northern Balkan soldiers in the Macedonian phalanx, as they are sufficiently tall basketball players now? You're talking about an ancient Macedonia, I assume, Claudia? Yeah, the sarissa, I mean, I know about the sarissa. I'm not sure if you want to talk more about the soldiers or the sarissa, but the sarissa was... gave them a definite advantage on the battlefield. I know that when they fought the Greek army, the Greeks had these much shorter spears, and then you were fighting people with much longer pikes, it's going to give you an advantage because you get to kill them first. And also, when you put it up right, the whole army, all in lines, the phalanx, it makes like a wall, which you cannot see behind. So you can make maneuvers of your army behind it. No one can see it. And then when you lower your weapons, everything's different. You can take the enemy army by surprise.
I see that we have ancient architects in the chat.
Matt is here.
Hey, Matt is here. Hello.
Glad to have you with us.
Yeah.
I don't have many alternative views left at Flying Eagle. Yes, I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but Matt has kind of, well, I don't want to say he's been converted, but Matt has gradually, as he studied ancient history, I mean, he'll tell you this, as he studied ancient history and looked, I mean, Matt does his research. That's the whole thing. He does his research, and when you do your research, you can't help but draw certain conclusions, and those conclusions are moving him further and further away from alternative ancient history theories.
Yeah.
Subtle Salmon, $5. Kayleigh, I like your channel. Oh, but he's
I see it.
When you retweet pseudo-archaeology videos without comment, it looks like you support the idea uncritically.
I support the creator. There's a difference.
It's about relationships. Yes.
I mean, I don't feel like it's wrong to support a person who worked hard to create a video, and the person is kind to me. So why not at least support their work? It's the least I can do. So yeah. And if people don't like me for that, then I'm sorry. But I like people. I like everyone. And I support people when they work hard.
Chris wants to know what are your fringiest theories you hold. Similar to the question we had earlier about what alternative theory would we most likely to believe. But if you want to, I mean, I gave a presentation on someone else's channel recently. It's on my main page. If you go to my channel's page and you go down to my appearances on other channels, I did a presentation at an online conference with my own alternative theory. You might not think it's exciting, but
alternative
but it's
theory.
About who wrote the Tel Dan inscription. About who wrote the Tel Dan inscription, the one we were just talking about earlier. And I do not take the majority opinion on that, so you could check it out if you want.
I will check it out. I like that. No, I have my own theory, and I told you about it, and it's still in the works. It's been in the works for nearly 2 years now, so it's probably going to take another 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
I might just actually create a video one day giving the theory as is right now, and then eventually create another video trying to discredit my entire theory.
Okay. Good idea.
It's like, that's how you do it, right? Do everything to discredit it. And if I can't discredit it, ask you, David, discredit my theory.
Andrea's asking, Dr. Miano, any plans to travel in the near future? Yeah, I've been really wanting to get my Antiquities Travel Guide back up and running again. I know that people don't watch that series as much, which is weird because I put the most effort into that series and editing and all and going there and everything.
Effort does not equate success on YouTube. That's
That's
what I've
true.
learned.
Oh, there are channels with 1 million subscribers, and all they do is just turn on the camera and gab, and you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's like um, I go to a place and I film some stuff and I use it in a video and the video flops. And I sit in front of the camera with my teleprompter app and I talk about um, a species of human. And I barely use any pictures because there aren't many pictures of these things. And yeah, you can show like some bones, but how do you know what kind of bone that is from just a picture? And then too much stuff. So I just talk about it and
hmm
throw it on the channel, and people love that a lot more.
hmm
And I'm like, but I used to spend so much time trying to find visuals and footage and take like a week to write a script. And now it's like I write a script in a day or two and it just has to go out as soon as possible because I
yeah,
just want to upload.
yeah. In answer to your question, Andrea, I do have some places on the list. I was going to go to Turkey next month, but it isn't coming to fruition, unfortunately. Um, I have an itinerary all set up for Turkey, but it's going to have to be postponed. I also want to go to Egypt, and I'm thinking of going to Egypt in December. But then I look at like all these other YouTubers are going to Egypt, and I'm thinking like, what? I'm going to be like the last one going to Egypt. Like Kayleigh's going to Egypt, you know.
Sorry, I'll
So
be there for a complete month,
so then I got to think like, well, I got
actually.
to go to all the different places in Egypt, you know. Um,
That's hard.
but then if I don't go to Egypt, then everyone's gonna be saying like, well, you never been to Egypt, so you know. Yeah, I also like to go to
Yeah.
India. I'd like to go to
Ooh.
China. You know,
Yeah.
there's so many places I want to go.
I
But
want to
they,
go to Australia one day. It's like the Aboriginal history. It's like amazing.
yeah,
And see like Ayers Rock, Uluru, like the massive rock.
hmm
Oh, I want to see that one day. Would be
that would
wonderful.
be cool. Hey, maybe I should bring Kayleigh on a trip. What do you think, everybody? You think Kayleigh and I going to visit archaeological sites would be fun to watch? I'll
I
do
mean,
anything for ratings, you know?
I'll do anything to see an archaeological site. Oh, I'm funny. Yeah, no, I'm actually going back to Malta in July.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because when I went in February, it was amazing, but like it was quite cold.
Who do I want
It
to
was
kiss
really
more,
quite cold.
Praveen Mohan or Bright Insight, Jimmy Corsetti? Oh man,
What?
neither,
No,
neither.
neither. Neither. Oh, no.
I'm so mad my parents, I'm half Australian, didn't take me to see Hallie's comment from Ayer
Ayers Rock.
Air.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Ayers Rock. But it's actually Uluru because Ayers Rock is the English name for it. In the Aboriginal language, it's Uluru. So Uluru. Uluru.
Oh, sorry, I'm not deliberately ignoring your comments named after my cat and dog. Um, why don't you ask it again? Because I don't know what you ask. I really got hooked on Dr. M when I found videos dispelling the stupid stuff. I get agitated when I hear the BS, and I'm not even in the field. Uh, let's see. I'm in South Australia. You guys got a free bed and beer anytime you drop in. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's dope.
It must be very late over there right now.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, in Australia, it's really late. And then it depends West Coast or East Coast,
mhm.
because it's a really big continent. I used to think that it was small, and then I saw it on like a true size map, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's like 5 times as big as I thought it would be.
Dr. Miano,
It's
will it be
massive.
possible to do movie reviews which are related to history, like Agora, Troy, or Alexander the Great. I was thinking about that. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know if you want like an actual review. Will I break it down and talk about like what's historically accurate about it, or if you want me to actually be watching it on screen and reacting to it? I don't know, but I have thought about it. It probably people love react content, you know. Um,
Yeah, I would just react to Stargate.
yes.
I love that movie. I can't help it.
For those of you who
It's
are
so
just coming
good.
in and you were wondering where Destiny is, he had to cancel at the last minute because his plane flight got canceled. He was flying in back home today. But he will be on. We will do a live stream with him probably next week, so stay tuned for that. Maybe it's better that I got my feet wet in this first live stream here anyway.
Yeah, I've done a few live streams, but I usually am alone, just talking to the camera. I mean,
Yes,
I
I've
talk
seen
a
a few
lot
of yours,
anyway,
yeah.
so I can fill two hours just talking. And I'm the quiet one in my family. People don't know this. I'm the quiet one in my family. It's like a
Are
chicken
you?
coop, having my
Oh.
mom and my two sisters in the same room, and then I just sit there quietly and they just talk. Wonderful.
Jenna, a review reaction to old documentaries. I could do that too. I could do that too. DC, thoughts on the
Henrik,
origins of the sea peoples of the late Bronze Age? Where's the land of Luca? Well, I think from what I understand, Luca may be, or it's hypothesized to be, Lycia, Lycia, in Asia Minor, southwestern.
mm,
Um, Another one from Pads Unwritten, $5. Thank you. Have either of you had to deal with restrictions from the Greek government on using photos, videos of Greek archaeology sites and museums? No,
I've
I have not.
never used any photos or videos
I
of
have,
Greek
not
archaeological
videos, but I've used
sites.
photos. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't had any problems so far. I think it falls under fair use. Dr.
yeah.
Miano, what is your actual? Oh no, I missed it. Oh yeah, Dr. Miano, what is your actual specialty, or rather, what area or subject within history do you focus on? Well, my area of emphasis in my graduate study was the ancient Near East. So that's what and specifically ancient Israel, which I haven't done a whole lot about on the channel, but I do hope to do that, more of that.
Yeah, that would be. I think I lean more towards Israel nowadays because of the discoveries from like the early Stone Age.
Hmm. Kenny
Because
Hill,
apparently,
thank you. 20, 20 euros. Kenny asked, Dr. Mana, what is your opinion on Simon Schama's History of Britain series? I haven't read it, so I couldn't tell you. It's not my area of history, you know. So I'm sorry I can't really give you my opinion on that. Raul, group travel fund. It would be interesting to watch you guys on site. Really, if we had, if I set this up where people could come with us, you would be interested in coming? Hmm. I think that's a definite possibility.
yeah,
I know that's what some other people do.
yeah. I mean, I the tour I do is with Annie XT. He also has a YouTube channel, so he asked me to be a co-host for an Egypt tour. I can't say no to something like that, you know.
Take lots of good video.
Oh, I will. I have my gimbal and whew, I'm taking my normal camera with me as well that I usually leave at home,
Hmm.
but it makes better pictures. So, you know, all for the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my phone can shoot in 8 mega or no, 8K. So like, meh, should be good.
Rust and Crane wants to know if I'll do a flat Earth video. It's not really my thing, you know, but
No.
there are all kinds of YouTube channels that deal with flat Earth. You've got Simon Dan, you've got Professor Dave Explains. So there's some good ones out there. It's not really my thing. There's um, Forrest Valkai does science debunk videos. So those are all good ones.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in a plane too much to know that the Earth is not flat. When you're in the plane and you look outside the window, you can just see the curvature. So ain't nothing flat about that.
Andy T, thank you for your contribution. Do you have an alt history personality on or off platform that you just can't help but like despite yourself? What is appealing about them?
Oh, I'm interested in that one as well. Good question.
Yeah. Who who do I like? Let me see.
For me,
Well,
it's Johanna James because her
Johanna James,
personality,
yeah, she's
yeah,
very
she and
likable.
I, we
She's
click and
and
she's
funny.
really friendly and
Yeah.
she's funny. So
Hmm.
yeah, for me, it's absolutely Johanna
I'd agree
James.
with Johanna James, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because like she has this natural charisma about her that just draws you in and you just instantly like her.
she does, yeah. Yeah. And you can and she'd probably be the same way if you're just gabbing with her in person and they're not on video, you know.
I mean, I went to the British Museum with her. We went there for like 2 hours, and then we went for lunch afterwards, and we just there wasn't a moment of silence. We just kept talking, and we had such a great time. So yeah, no, she's in real life, she's just like her videos. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day we can bring her over to the light side.
Oh, maybe.
uh, let's see. What else we got here? Um, they're talking about flat Earth.
Of course they do. It's mentioned once. Oh, love it.
Mr. Miano, do little green men visit you? No, no, they do not.
Oh, I see one of my friends, EHSA. The Earth isn't flat, it's bumpy. And his nickname everywhere, or his
That's
username
funny.
everywhere, is bumpy.
Pete wants to see the cuneiform on my. Oh, right, the cuneiform on my screen. Yeah, that's taken from the Black Obelisk of Shalmaneser III. And basically, it lists all the people that brought him tribute. So that's what you're looking at when that inscription there.
Yeah.
Mr. Monster, $5. Thank you. Another contribution from Mr. Monster. What do you guys know about the Denisovan humans? I that's not an area I know much of anything about. It's prehistory, but
I
Kayleigh,
made an entire half documentary video about the Denisovans. So, I mean, if you want to know more about them, then you can watch it on my channel. But what would they be like today if they didn't went extinct? Yeah, that's a real hard one because we know that species evolve over time. So they wouldn't be the same as the fossils that we discovered because if you look at like Homo sapiens from like 40,000 years ago and us today, there are differences. So I don't also believe that Denisovans were giants that some people really like to push forward. They're not. They weren't giants. They might be slightly bigger, but not like a giant. We also never found an actual skull, so we don't even know how big they would be because without a skull, you can't make an estimation on the body size. We only
mm-hmm,
saw a finger bone.
mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah,
So, yeah. And all that we know from the Denisovans are like from that part. There's a paleontologist on Twitter, Sam Brown, and she specializes in Denisovans and their culture and their tools and all that stuff. And I'm trying to get her to do an interview with me on my channel,
oh,
but
that'd
so
be
far
cool.
no luck
Yeah,
yet. Yeah, but like so far no luck yet. She was gonna like go over my channel and look at it, and then I would hear back from her, but it's been a month and a half, 2 months nearly now. So either she doesn't want to do it or she is, as most people in the academic world, too busy.
yeah, yeah. That often happens.
Yeah.
Andy T, I got your joke. That was funny. We brought you tribute, Doctor M. Uh, most of your Mesoamerica stuff has been the Maya area. Any plans to cover sites in central Mexico, Oaxaca, etc.? Some pretty interesting stuff there. Yes, I'd love to go there. I had to split it up, you know. So I'm like, okay, we'll do the Yucatan this time, but then there are other parts. Yeah, I wanna do everything. So, it'll come eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, Do you think the people of ancient Israel were an offshoot of Canaanites, as they seem to have a lot in common? Oh, I have a god in common. The way scholarship is right now with ancient Israel, we no longer are looking at all the tribes having coming from the same place at the same time. People are looking into the separate origins of the various tribes, and but you're right that Canaanites and Israelites had a lot in common as far as their material culture are concerned. In fact, you can't even tell them apart. When you dig it up archaeologically, they lived in the same houses, they used the same tools, they used the same script language to write. Everything they left behind is pretty much the same. So there definitely is an overlap in culture there. And it could even be, some scholars think, that that some of the Israelites were Canaanites. But there still is no consensus on that, I would say.
Yeah. And yes, my accent is Dutch.
From
From
David,
Holland.
awesome. You mentioned the Mayas. I was born in Yucatan, live in SoCal now. Well, great, Alberto. I'm glad to hear it. There's a YouTuber called Metatron who did an extensively researched video on the subject of the history of Jesus using non-biblical sources. I'm familiar with Metatron, although I did not see that video. Kayleigh, I was going to ask you, what's coming down the pipe on your channel? Are you going to stick with the prehistory stuff for a while and then switch to something else, or what do you have in mind?
I'm definitely going to keep doing like the human evolutionary timeline, because I made that video explaining the difference between hominids and hominins. And in that, I quickly glanced over the entire human evolutionary timeline where all the other great apes split off from our line. And I eventually want to make videos on all their lineages as well, so that one day I'll have the full evolutionary timeline with all the branches and all the extinct species and currently living species on the channel.
And then at the next discovery, you'll have to revise the whole thing again.
Exactly, but that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
I love that, because that makes me have work for a long time. But I also want to go back to the structures and the inventions. I'm actually currently working on a video about the very oldest stone tools, so like the invention of stone tools.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going back to ancient inventions, but then still has to do with the hominins.
If you could cover like how much you can do with a stone tool, that would be very interesting, because a lot of people think that stone tools can't do anything,
Yeah, I should probably contact some of the flint knappers and people that create these videos on TikTok where they explain how they create like a spearhead from obsidian and all that stuff. Lava Blades is like one of my favorite TikTok channels, because he explains everything that he does in such a calm way that I just want to watch more and more.
Yeah.
And it's like short videos, maybe 3 minutes. And afterwards, I'm like, where's the rest? I want more.
Yes.
I want to learn how to do it. Just show me more. But yeah, no, I definitely eventually want to go more into like the structures again, and sometimes back to the Neolithic and then human evolution, and just go back and forth.
Yeah. People are asking about other channels and things like that. Some of these I've seen Scientists Against Myths, of course. I use that a lot in my videos. I have not seen any Time Team videos.
Of the new Time Team or the old Time Team?
I don't know.
Whoa. You have the old Time Team from like back in the day, from like, England. My sister is like addicted to it still.
Oh, okay.
She still rewatches everything. But they now have a new Time Team with new people, and it's like modern. And I haven't seen anything of the new Time Team, and I've seen a little bit of the old Time Team. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Time Team fan, but that's just because I don't have the time to watch it.
Yeah. Andy T, thank you for your super chat. Any good stories of reading an ancient document that seems reliable, only to have something impossible or supernatural happen on page 8? How do you handle examples like that as a historiographer? Andy, you're going to find that pretty much in any ancient document. Not any, but I mean a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's just something you're not surprised. But that doesn't mean that nothing in it is real, right?
Yeah.
Because the ancients interpreted everything from the point of view of their religion and the gods and so forth, you know? So if there's like an earthquake, right? And they say that their god sent the earthquake to punish them or something like that, it doesn't mean there wasn't an earthquake necessarily, right?
Yeah.
And especially if it's like for a punishment, well, what did they do to get punished? It must be something that probably they did do, but they interpreted it as punishment, you know? So you have to separate that stuff out. You have to look for the
Yeah.
historical kernel of truth
Also,
behind it.
what many people don't know is that with certain sites that look only academic, like academia.edu, people can just throw their paper on there. That doesn't make it scientific. Nature is scientific. Those sites are the ones that you can believe because it's completely peer reviewed. It's highly regarded, I should say. Everyone knows that they're legit and all the stuff they put out is legit. So I personally prefer to use nature as a source.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like with academia.edu, I found some papers where I thought, oh man, this is great information. And then indeed, like they're on page 4, it turns into something that I'm like, what? How? What? Why? Like nearly an earth is flat sort of stuff at the end. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is not a source I can use for a video. It's a shame, but yeah, no, scientific stuff only.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. My grandpa was a huge fan of Eric von Daniken and Edgar Cayce. How is their work compared to other members of the alternative historian community? Well, those guys kind of got a lot of it started, you know? Them, Ignatius
Yeah.
Donnelly. Everything that you see today is not new, really. It's based on the work of those types of people.
Yeah.
Eric von Daniken, Andrew Casey, Madame Blavatsky, Ignatius Donnelly. Then there's, of course, you have on the other side Emanuel Velikovsky. All those people, late 19th century, early 20th century. It's just rehashing a lot of those same things. As far as Edgar Cayce, though, I mean, he basically used clairvoyance to come to his conclusions, which I do not believe is a good way of, reconstructing ancient history. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Miano is clearly not a Christian believer. How dare you, David?
my channel is 100% secular. It's funny too because I have had people accuse me of various religious beliefs.
Oh yeah, I've had
and
that
then
too.
and saying that that's the reason why I said what I said. But yeah, all of the stuff that I do, the way I reconstruct history and all that, I use historical methods. I don't try to make it fit into pre-existing or my desires or anything. You know, it doesn't even have to be religious. Anything, my political views or anything, none of that informs how I reconstruct history. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not biased. Everybody's biased. I try not to be biased as best as I can. But of course, you can only you try your best. That's all you can do.
For me, I come from a country where I think at this point in time, 60 or 70% now is atheist in my country, which is a high percentage. And then of the group of people who are atheists, they're actually not like actual atheists, but most of them fall into the category of itzism, which means that you believe in something, which I personally really love. If you have Wikipedia, you can just Google or go on Wikipedia for itsism. And that's, yeah, that's sort of where I fall into it. I used to think that I was agnostic, but agnostic is still too religious for my sense. I believe that there's something that I can see because I can see oxygen, but I still use it and breathe, I breathe it in and out. So it's there without seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I believe that there's something. I just have no idea what that something is. And I just believe that if I am a good person for other people and a little bit to myself, I should be fine in the end.
Mm.
And then if there is an afterlife, I will be granted a good place because I was at least a good person. Doesn't matter which religion or non-religion that is.
Acknowledging your
Cover all the
bias is
bases.
better in terms of communicating your views sincerely than pretending you lack bias. Which
Yeah.
I'm not pretending that I lack bias. I'm acknowledging it, but I try
Yeah.
not to be biased. Yeah. We've got people on here telling you that you should be making more confrontational videos, but she doesn't want to. She
It's
doesn't
not,
have
no,
to.
but like
Everybody
the,
wants
the
blood
thing is,
sports on YouTube. But
no, but like the thing is, some people are good at confrontations, and I can be good at confrontations. It's just that I don't, it's not in my personality to be
mhm.
confrontational.
Nothing wrong with
So,
that.
and I made a video really recently about like this discovery of this new human species from Sardinia, and it's completely biased and everything, and there's no real science behind it, and it's still being pushed forward as if it's a theory. And I was confrontational in that video, and wow.
Oh, your sound just went out. Oh, she's still talking, so she can't hear me. Did I go out? Can you hear? Can you hear me or Kayleigh? Oh, we're both out. We hear you, not her. Oh, Kayleigh, your sound went out. It says you're muted on my Zoom, Kayleigh. I don't know. Well, anyway, we're getting about down to the end here. I think a 90-minute live stream is probably good. Um, but so this is your last chance to get in those super chats if you want to. Thank you so much for everyone that contributed. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And um, Kayleigh's being silenced. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Still can't hear you.
Mute.
Oh, there you go.
I should be back.
There you go.
I should be
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I don't know, but apparently my earbuds decided, hey, this has been fun. But no, it's working again. It's working again. Sorry. I just lost my train of thought though. So if anyone can help me.
That's all right. We're gonna wrap things up, I think, Kayleigh.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on the stream today. I just I think it was yesterday. I asked her. I said, "Hey, want to come on the stream?" She's like, "Sure," and boom, she's here. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
But
really easy like that.
it's good to talk with you. And in future on my live streams, I'll bring in other people. We'll have some fun conversations. Next week, I will definitely have Destiny on. I know some of you are looking forward to that. So yeah, I hope you liked my first live stream, and if you want more of them, um, put a little thumbs up in there to tell me that this is good. And thanks for sticking with
Yeah.
me all the way to the end. Do you plan to read and comment on Dr. Richard Carey or Dr. Yeah, I think so. I think I want to do definitely something on Carrier. So that's on the list for sure. Bring on Stefan Milo, please. Okay, all right, yeah, we'll bring on Stefan Milo. Why not? He had me on, by the way. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
saw that
everybody.
actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
You
watched them
probably have
back.
more to talk about with him than I do.
Well, I mean, I know that he's really busy at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
so I tried to do something with him, but at this point in time, he's too busy. So maybe in the future.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you later, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And I'm going to. I think I'll make this live stream available later. I want to go through it first and cut off the beginning because I don't know if I can cut off the beginning, but there's a long
You
period at the
should.
beginning where. But anyway, all right. So we'll see you all and have a great day.
Bye.